I'm live. I'm live. I'm alive. It's great. Hello, everyone. Today is September 17th, 2024. It is a Tuesday, and it was like almost 89 degrees today in Minnesota. So that is a win for anybody who likes the prolonged summer. It's not a normal temperature for September, but we will take it. I spent the day at a pool, which is wonderful. And now here I am doing a live, and I'm not super prepared, but we're going to make this work. Um, I sent an email earlier today. There is free shipping on September 18th. I kind of want to do a disclosure that I don't know when free shipping is until like they tell us. So they told us Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. So that doesn't give me a lot of time to prep something to send out to you. So it kind of frustrates me because I know I just had my open house and I haven't notified my winners yet. And you all paid full shipping because I wanted to get it in before it was out, before the products were out. So I think, I don't know, I feel kind of melancholy or something about it, wishy-washy. So this shipping, the free shipping is for $75 or more in an order. But if you have something smaller and you want to just send me an email, I will give you free shipping and clump everything together. So just let me know if there's something you want by about 8:39 tomorrow night on September 18th. And I posted some buffet dates and some buffet ideas, and I've got lots of ideas, but never enough time because I like to have fun too. Let's go down to this little table. Today we're going to talk about 3D embossing folders and how to get more, get some great, great, some great depth and texture for these folders. They're great anyway, but we're going to make them even a little bit more spectacular. All right, let's go down to my space. I don't see anyone on watching, which is fine because it's a beautiful night. If I wouldn't have said I was doing this tonight, I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that much. Let me just double check that I'm somewhere I need to be. Oh, I tell you. Okay, I'm live. Okay, good. So we have some 3D embossing folders, and two of them are online only. One is a snowflake. Hopefully you can see that. And one is a falling leaf. And then one is in our mini catalog called, Painted Trees 3D. So 3D just means it's super deep. And sometimes people like to spritz their cardstock to get a deeper kind of impression. Here, I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Okay, I guess that's all we're going to do. Let me move this back now. Oh my goodness. All right, I think we're good. So what I want to do is show you how to pop this up a little bit. And there's a couple different techniques. It depends on what you already have at home. I am going to use some soft seafoam and a blending brush. I don't get too hung up on my blending brush colors because really a green is a green, right? And if I want the specific color, I can certainly re-ink mine. But I'm just lightly going over. And if you noticed, I'm starting very gently, and then I get a little bit more forceful with my ink. And so I'm going to just do that first. And again, that's soft seafoam, so a light green. Some of you might have certainly celery left over, anything light green. We're just going to try to build a little bit of depth, right? So then the next one I'm going to use is, I'm changing my mind, Mossy Meadow. And Mossy Meadow, again, I'm using the same brush. Just going to pick up some ink and then tap it off a little bit, and then just, again, start gently and give it a little bit of different colors in some spots. So you can kind of see how that just adds depth versus the plain. You can kind of see the difference. All right, and then we're going to go rogue. No, we're not going rogue. We're going to go garden green, our darkest green today. I'm going to grab some of that. Notice I didn't take a different brush. I didn't add any reinkers or anything. I just am adding a little bit more dark accents. Whoops, that's not what you want to do. So I'll just ignore that. That's where the grading will go, right? Because we're going to cover that up. And then this is a fun little trick. Now, I'm going to do a little glittery stuff with my Wink of Stella. And Wink of Stella you can use as an aqua painter or a watercolor brush, whatever you want to call it. So I put 1 drop of Garden Green reinker. And I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my Wink of Stella. It might be too dry to do this. And that means I will open up a new one. Okay, fine. I'm going to open up a new one. So when you get your Wink of Stella, if you've never opened a Wink of Stella, here's a little tip. Oh, first of all, you have to get it out of plastic. There is this black ring, and that's so that when you get it, it's not already squished down. The ink is, or the wink or the ink is not squished down already. So you take that out, and then you give it a good squeeze, and you will see the barrel fill up with some Wink of Stella. Now, interesting, some people take, like, I will go and add some rubbing alcohol to my Wink of Stella barrel and get a little bit more bang for my buck. Just a little. It has to be rubbing alcohol, not water, because you don't want it to dry. You want it to act like the Wink of Stella. So now you can kind of see I'm squishing some of this wink, and I'm getting my Garden Green all glittery and shiny. Ooh, that's dark. Let's make it a little bit less. And I'm just going to add a little bit at the top, at the raised portion, because I already have enough green underneath, right? So this is kind of like the heavy frost and snow and ice that goes on a tree after your first frozen experience, which unfortunately in Minnesota, I have a lot of those. All right. So you kind of get the idea, and you add this, keep adding it. And remember, you can always add more. You can't take it away. So then you can kind of get this shimmery, light, shimmery embossed folder. And through the magic of television, if you were organized enough, you would have your sample, which I don't. With a finished project. Well, yep, that was a pile of stuff falling. Okay, here it is. So this is the same technique, just a lot more Wink of Stella, and then this is some of our designer series paper that's in our mini catalog. So that's got some cherry cobbler and some gold, just an elegant looking thing. Again, like I said, with this being a kind of blobbered right there, I would totally just put my greeting right there, because then no one will know that I blobbered, right? Then this can get wiped off. Or you could just keep going so you're not wasting your wink and your reinker. And I'm just going to keep going on my scratch paper here until that wink is clean. That's all you have to do. You haven't stained it. It might be a little green at that, but it's going to be fine. So that was the painted trees in our mini catalog. This is our snowflake 3D embossing folder, and hopefully you can see the snowflakes. And I'm not wishing for snow. I just want that to be very clear. So I'm going to grab Balmy Blue because it's a light blue, and I can layer that on. And I'm going to grab what appears to be a blue brush and do some Balmy Blue. And then I just want, like, if you can see, there's more snowflakes here than there. So it's probably, coming down fast or slowing up. Who knows? But I'm just going to go over those snowflakes. Super soft again. If you have a hard time with knowing how hard to go, start on your scratch paper and bring it over your paper. because you try not to do that. That's where like what ruins the project, right? So you really want to start off your paper and bring in this light blue, balmy blue. Again, older colors will work, other colors will work, but I'm just kind of doing balmy blue. And then I'm going to grab, boho blue. Nope, not. I changed my mind. I'm going to grab Night of Navy. And I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to add some darker snowflakes. And not a lot of them, because I don't want it to be like a blizzard. Because, well, a blizzard is completely white. I don't know if you've ever experienced a blizzard. I think it's kind of funny. I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota, which, by the way, is much more wintry in the winter than down here in southern Minnesota. Not that it's bad. I'm just saying that there's a lot more weather in the winter. Like a blizzard means a blizzard. Like you cannot go to the grocery store. You cannot do anything. So here I'm going to grab some of this ink. I'm going to grab the ink. So instead of using a re-inker, I squished my pad down really hard, top down to the bottom. And then I'm going to pick up with the wink brush. And then I'm just going to kind of dilute it a little bit on my extra block. And this is a block you get with the kits, which I think are great for this kind of a thing, because then you can, oh, jeepers, that's dark. Okay, full disclosure, I'm winging it. Okay, so I'm going to go just a little bit less, because I really just want to highlight these that are tiny, tiny, but so it's all on what you like and what you like the look of. I mean, I could get darker. I can saturate it more. But you have to be a little careful because you don't want to overdo it. But again, you can just keep adding until you are happy. And so that's what that snowflake one will look like. It gets a little bit more detailed. Blizzard is a naughty word, Peggy. You are correct. I don't really care for blizzards. I do like blizzards in the sense that a real blizzard is pretty darn fun if you if you embrace the moment, right? You don't want to be driving around in it. Okay, so then our last one that I'm going to show you really quick here is the Leaf Fall embossing folder. And this is an online exclusive, so you'd have to look at it online. You can order that with me anytime. I'm going to grab a peach pie color and a blending brush that's kind of neutral. Okay, that's kind of yellowy. That'll be great. So peach pie. Ooh, that's dark. I'm just going to add a little peach. That's enough for that. And then I'm going to grab some Calypso, which also is kind of that family of fall colors. Now, this month's Paper Pumpkin had some interesting color choices added. And I think that's super fun thing kind of do. Like, let's add Pretty Peacock, which is not something I traditionally would say is a fall color, but watch what this looks like. It's going to be just a deep regal color. And in the Paper Pumpkin, they also added the Night of Navy. So I'm going to grab that. So you have to just kind of play and see what you like as far as color combos. And you don't have to do a lot of work on it. The more you add color, obviously, the better images will be. While DQ blizzards are pretty darn good. You are correct. I think I might have figured out this whole messaging issue. Look at me. So I'm going to grab more little Calypso coral and just add a little bit more orange in there because, well, that is what fall is. But how beautiful can that make? Just from the plain, to this. Bam, you've just kicked it up a notch is one of my favorite things. All right, that's really all I wanted to show you. I mean, of course, I could do some wink on my leaves, but leaves really don't glisten, do they? Well, maybe they do as they're falling. So you could add that. You don't have to use Wink of Stella. You can use a water painter or whatever. But I think that this is a fun way to get kind of a little bit more bang for your buck. I like to show you how to use things multiple ways. This is a really short live today, and that's okay because it's a beautiful evening, and I would like you to go outside and enjoy it because hopefully we won't have anything change for a few days, right? I love this weather. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.